Hello, welcome to a video on how to use the deal screen for real estate agents in the program. Let's take a look at that feature now. So if you notice when you choose add a deal, you're going to have an additional screen and it's called add new deal details here. You see there's a tab at the top called deal details, and then later we're going to put our financial stuff in for that deal. So you sell a house. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in the property address, and then you can put in the deal date. Okay, what day did the deal actually happen? Let's say it happened on December the 1st. And then what day does it close? So what's the possession date? And you can put in there, let's say January the 15th. And payout date. Now you can put that in when you get paid later, or you can put in an estimated payout date. So if it closes on the 15th, you think, well, depending where you live and what market you're in, you might have a delay in getting paid out. You might not, but let's say you get paid on the 20th. Your broker actually hands you a check, and you can put that there as well. And right now, is the deal outstanding or is it paid? So let's just say right now it's outstanding. You haven't been paid on it yet. Now you can put in your client name, email address, and phone numbers and some notes. That's completely optional, just there for your own personal records. So once you've got your fields filled out the way you like it, choose next. Then of course here you can actually put in the financial part of the deal. So if you're going to be recording commission income, just choose income, commission income, and you can go through and say, I recorded commission income of $5,000, and that's including, if you have taxation in your area, you can say, does it include tax or exclude tax? It'll do the calculation for you. And it's as simple as that. Now, if your broker ends up having deductions on your deal, let's say you're giving a certain percentage of every deal to your broker, like a 20% split, or there's other expenses right off the check, you can add them here as expenses. So you've recorded the income on the deal. Now you could record an expense on that deal that your broker will deduct off the check. Okay, so look at the stub, and you can go line by line if you want, or if you want to do just one entry for all the deductions, that's up to you. But you would call those cost of goods sold. Okay, so I mean, you can record the deductions to your income as expenses, but the proper way to do it is, this is the cost of doing business, is to give a certain amount of money to your broker on every deal. So then you would call that cost of goods sold, would be the better way to do it. You could assign it to a property, or if you have the expanded version, but if you have the basic version, just call it general agent. And let's say it's a broker deduction, and you can have, of course, you can go into setup and create all different types of cost of goods sold expense categories, subcategories, but you can look at our setup screen to know how to set up more expense category names, or just choose one, call it broker deductions. Let's say this is our broker fee, or whatever you want to call it, and let's say it's $1,200 including tax. If your broker is taxing you on that particular item, or that item is taxable, you can choose that if you're using the tax version of the program. Anyway, as you can see on the right hand side, it's doing the math. It's saying, okay, here's your income, here's your deduction of $1,200. There's the net GST in this case, and then you have a net income of the check itself that you're actually going to put in the bank. Okay. Now, if you have more deductions, just keep adding them. You can continue to add deductions, as many as you have, and you can edit by just simply clicking on that. So anyway, that's basically it. Then you submit it, and you've submitted a deal. Now, once it's submitted as a real estate deal, you can then go to you can see the breakdown here. It sets it up as a split entry in this case, because I have commission plus deductions, and it gives you the breakdown, and you can just expand or shrink that. Now, keep in mind that your normal other income and expenses can be just done by add record. You don't have to go through both screens on normal entries, but just when you have a real estate transaction, and if you want to record that, you can use add a deal. Okay, so let's go to the dashboard now. And in dashboard, you now have a drop down box. You can choose your income and expense records. You can also just choose your deals, and it gives you a graph. Okay, so it tells you, the pink is outstanding deals that you haven't been paid on yet, and you can mouse over to see the value of those, and you can see the ones that you were paid on in the blue, right? So it's a handy little graph to see where things are going in terms of your income over the year. And you can view this by deal date or closing date. So, that's the deal, that's the possession dates, right? And or payout date. So when you actually got paid, and you can go 1 year to the next just by clicking there. So anyway, you can view this graph in 3 different ways, right? Below that, you'll see your deals, and you can sort them by close date. Let's say, I want to see all the deals in order of close date, possession date, in other words, or when I actually got paid, or the actual entry, or when the deal actually happened. So anyway, you got lots of options here. You can click on each of these columns, and you can choose to view as many as you would like here. The other thing that you're going to get in this is that you're going to be able to go to records, and you can also just view those deals here, and without the graph. And now you can just sort of see, okay, when did the deal happen? And here's all the different columns, and they're all sortable. And you can also choose to download a report right there, and you can also filter the deals using these filters if you want to have a specific date range of deals and that sort of thing. So anyway, this is specifically designed for real estate agents. I hope you like it and find it very useful to track your real estate deals, and it'll just be a handy way for you to keep track of what's coming in, when it came in, and as deals come in, you can then edit the entry, right? So if I go back here, and I can go back to deal details and say, okay, this actually got paid, so mark it paid, and the payout date, if it's not exactly correct that you put in there, you can actually put in the proper payout date and change it there. And now this deal status is a paid deal. It's not an outstanding deal, and it'll be reflected here in these records. And also when you look at the list of deals, you can see that some of them are going to be paid and some of them are going to be outstanding. And when you get paid, just change that status here on the entry. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for tuning in.